The Toyota Sequoia. I'm running a bigger tires, 285 75 or 16, and the gear ratio, the final gear ratio there, that one there, the rear end gear ratio is 456. FJ Cruiser transfer case and a four-wheel drive transmission. It's the A750F. And I just took that, you can see it right there. I took the speed sensor gear out, and the reason is it's right here. And I modified it. I make the shaft shorter here, make this housing shorter. This is a 33 tooth dash 11, I believe 11 is a pitch gear. I ran this gear about, I don't know, 500 miles so far after modifying it. If my actual speed is 73, the speedometer by GPS, the speedometer is showing only about 70, so it's off by 3, meaning the actual speed is faster than the speed reading of the speedometer. So I'm going to change it, and that, okay, I'm going to change that to a 32 teeth. Here's a part number. It's almost the same size in terms of the diameter here. I'll get that out in a second. This is the stock gear. It's a 30 tooth gear. I'm not going to run this because it's way too fast for what it is. It's like if the speedometer is showing like 56, I'm going only like 50 or maybe even 57. I'm showing like I'm reading my actual speed is only like 50, so it's way too fast for this showing. The speedometer showing is 56, the actual speed is about 50. And when this one is the other way around, the speedometer is showing 70, I'm actually going about 73. So the compromise would be a 32 teeth, and I bought this from Japan. It just got here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out, use that housing because it's so big it wouldn't fit in there. So I'm gonna use that housing. I'm gonna use this housing and try to fit it in there. It should just swap in and out. I'll see what I might have to cut some of that stuff and some of that stuff here to make it fit, but we'll see from there. That's my drill press. Harbor Freight used 20 ton. I'm trying to press out these hub here. This is a 4Runner spindle. I pick off a junkyard for like 80 bucks. I would use the spinner off the Sequoia, but right now I'm trying to push out or press out more so the hub, because the hub it need to be the one that goes through with the splines like that. Anyway, I could have bought a brand new hub, but it doesn't come with this. I need that, and that's like another 40 bucks, that little ring, whatever that is. The round edge, so there's two of them. This is the first one. After you push out the hub, this one comes out. So the rounder edge is going toward the differential, okay, and the more square edge, see how edgy that is, that goes toward the outside, to the tires, the wheels, okay. That's that. And then here comes the ABS sensor, so that goes next. It goes like, okay, so that is a cup goes toward the differential, the flat side goes toward the wheel, okay. I'll go ahead and stack them up like so. Basically, I'm going to change out the bearings anyway. That looks like a stock bearing there. That looks pretty good, but it's going to be push out, so it won't matter. The black the black side right there. See, the black part is toward the differential, and then the clear part of the bearing is toward the tires. Right now I'm almost done. I have to reset my press because that ain't gonna be enough clearance to push out the hub. I have to weld this thing. In fact, it's still warm right now to make it catch. One wasn't enough, so I gotta make one. It was actually bending that metal right there. The thick plate, it was bending. So I had to weld the top one to support it. Now it just pushed itself out. I'll just press out. So I did more pressing here. So the bearing will be gone. It's too old. I bought a new bearing, so it wouldn't matter for me. It's 240,000. Maybe this one, maybe even more. It's off a 2001 Forerunner. Again, I only need that thing, that ring thing, and the hub. Everything else trash. Even the bearing, I might just keep the bearing just for using it as a press kit or something, but I'm not going to use it. I'm put a new bearing on it. I bought it already. All right, we'll see how it goes. Here's the setup. That should be enough space for that hub to drop out. That's all I really want out of that thing. We'll see how it goes. Pretty tough. An extension here. Oh, there you go. That's easy. Yeah. But the bearing race is not coming with it, so this is practically done here once it come off all the way. All right, that's easy. I hope it comes out. I barely have any. There you go. That's it. End of the story. All right. Let me disassemble this and move on to the other side. I just use spindle here. Bearing is still good. Seal is still good. I probably still I only need the hub, so I might have to push it out. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can use it, but mine has the gasket that sit here for the Total Chaos and the Total Chaos ball joint up on top here. So I might not need this at all. I might just need that ring and the hub. That's all. I'm gonna try to press that hub out. The bearing, I don't know how many miles on the bearing, but I don't mind changing the old bearing, the new bearings into it. We'll find out. So I'm getting ready to put a differential in. My differential doesn't come with that. Well, this is not a differential that I'm gonna put on. This is a 410 gear ratio. I need a 456. That doesn't come with a new differential. I have to pull that out. And there's a trick to do that. It's actually very simple. First, I try this thing to, put a bar here, put that bar there. Tried it all sort of different things. That wouldn't work. This thing here, and I try to use screwdriver, whatever, it wouldn't work. It turns out that it's actually very simple. I was thinking for a while. I stood there and thinking how to pound this thing out. Well, just put studs here. This is just a bolt for lower ball joints. Fits right in there. So now, if you turn it around, and you look in there, the light is not that great, but you see, let me see if I can get a light to shine in there. Oh, maybe I can tilt this thing over and make it shine here. Right in, dang it, the light is horrible. There you go, right in there. You can put a tiny little metal, not the round thing. Let me see. I put a, see, I can see it there, right? Jesus. Right, not this round thing, not this stud, but next to it or right below it. And you just tap it right out. Okay, it's push it from this side here. It's right, you can kind of see, let me see. Right there, that one in the glare there, right there, that one. Okay, not this stud here, not this round spider gear here. Okay, it's the one right after it on the other side of it. And if you tap it out, it'll come right out. I mean, I just put it back in right now, but it came for the video, but it came right out in no time. I'll tap it out real quick and show it to you. Give me a second. That it comes out. It doesn't take much. It's basically you're tapping on this thing right here. Okay, I use that little tiny little metal here from the other side of it. Okay, it's in there. The spline sitting in there. Not the round thing. It's sitting on the edge of the round thing. It's this little guy right here. Like you can see a little bit of it. It'll come right out. It's not even difficult. So it's don't have to tap too hard. It comes out like that, and it has a stupid clip here that just to hold it in place. There's no other way to do it. But tapping it out from the back end of it, it's super simple. It didn't take much effort at all. So there. So I'm gonna clean these out. Maybe I should even clean it out. It's the same thing. And I'll put it back in the new. Put this back in the new differential. This is where the ADD sleeve thing that goes into it. When you push the ADD, it goes. Actually, it goes like this. The sleeve goes down like this. It go inside of there. That's all it is. It's really simple. Okay, so finally, the differential is here. First thing, you have to put that little, whatever that ADD sleeve thing stud that the ADD goes into. Just gotta take it from the old differential and just line up the spline and just go ahead and pound it in with a somewhat soft rubber mallet. And then this thing goes in. On top of that, I'm gonna put some silicone here and seal this back, and the other guys is here. That's what this thing is going into. That sleeve, in fact, it's down here. The two arms sliding back and forth to lock and unlock the ADD. I just changed the seal out of this guy. You can't really see it. It's right there. That seal was changed out and good to go. I just have to remove this thing. Okay, so I remove it from the station there here. It's brand new seal here. I have to tap it in. It didn't quite look like the same old seal. Let me bring up the old seal here. Trash can somewhere here. Okay, it's right here. It's old seal. It wasn't like that. It looks the same. It wasn't just as tight as before. So that's a new seal. I don't want to redo that. This is where the ADD unit will go in. I need to put some silicone on that. In fact, I need to clean it out. But I just cleaned these out. Just brass wires, brass brush, and I brush it out. And I'm gonna put some silicone around here. I'm not gonna go buy any Toyota silicone. I'm gonna just use what I got in my shell here. It's not a big deal. And that goes on here. And those are the bolts that goes on here. Pretty simple. Okay, so I installed the ADD actuator. I still want to retain my two-wheel drive. You know, by putting this thing on, I was thinking about delete it, but it's fine. This is the air hose here for breather, I guess. It broke here, so I just use whatever I got to make it happen. I'm gonna let the silicone sit overnight and then start the install. But I need to mount the breather tube here and the other bracket on this side here. And then that should do. And then we'll go in there and we'll see what happens. I will need a couple buddies to put this sucker up there. It's not light. All right, so my two buddy was sick, so I couldn't get him to come over to help me with this. So I just used the jack that I put the transmission on, and I did it by myself. To be honest with you, it took me about a good over 1 hour, under 2 hours, I don't know, 1.5 hours ish to get this thing in. But the key here is to jack it up here, but then you cannot level this. The rear has to go in first, because then this will hit the pan here. So the rear goes in, right? It goes in there, and then what I did here is I used a ratchet strap. I put it through this hole, and then I put it all the way. Let's see if I can show you where the bolt is on top here, on top of that, and I just yank it out of here and cross it over to that guy, and I ratchet up this one. And then I ratchet up this one the same way. I put it through, put a ratchet strap through here, put it up through the hole there where the bolt is now. And I was by myself, so I couldn't do any recording. And then ratchet up to here, and then run it across all the way to this guy right here. And I slowly ratchet these two up as I was moving this thing in. And it slowly went in. And the problem was not the back so much. That was kind of easy. It's right here. This thing. Let me show you with the light here. It's this guy right here. It got stuck between that line. Let me see here. That line right there. See, can you see the line there? And that line right there, and the housing right here, the bell housing for the transmission. So you only have a very little amount of space, if anything. In fact, I think I scraped the line up a good chunk here. I hope I don't crack anything. So that line there got scraped a little bit and scraped up there. You can kind of see it. Until this thing come all the way to the back of the bell housing, that's when you can only line this guy up. This guy right here. In fact, I only finger tight this for now. Okay. And then once you've done that, when I did that, I put the jack back underneath here, and then put the bolt in. That's easy. It's super easy. Once you get, it's the most difficult one is right there. Try to get that in a hole, because you really had no room. It's a bad design. I think I had an easier time putting the entire transmission in, which is way more space, versus that little guy. And I did both of them by myself. So I'll do that again. I'm not sure I'm ready for that job again, but at least it's in right now. It's finger tight, all of them here. There you go. You can kind of see it. Finger tight. So anyway, that should be it. And then once you get this thing up, put the jack here, take the strap out, and then put the bolt through it there, and then do the same thing to this guy. So the ratchet strap is the key to this one, I think. Without that, I don't think I could, because I don't have a big enough jack to hold these two together. My jack can hold maybe a little bit of that, and about up to here. Okay, and then of course I can put a regular floor jack right there. It's still there, right below this. Once I get this thing all the way up, and once I get that guy in there, not that guy, but the one on top of that, this guy right here. Let me see. Can you see that? And that's a tough one. Look at how much how much scrape I did to that one, trying to apply it back in here, but it got in. So now I am going to, and I believe my vacuum line is gone. At least, oh, it stays. Huh, that's kind of weird. That line right there, it would not stay earlier, so I have to redo the silicone here. See, it's not staying right now. See, it looks like it's staying, but it's not. So I have to redo that. And then see, I messed this one up too when I pick it up. See, it's very tight space. I think it's still fine. Okay, I have to redo that line. I hope I don't have to take it out. If I do, then so be it, but I don't think I have to take that out. If I do, then I do. I might have to. I don't know. We'll find out. Not enough space back there anyway, so I might have to take just the cap off. There's just 4 screws there. You can kind of see them. 2 there and 2 on the top. We'll find out. All right. I just inserted a front drive shaft. You see it there? I haven't bolted down yet, But I believe the little thing that's adjustable is in the back, because that's the only way it fits. This thing right there, it's not the same bolt pattern as the one up in the front right here. See the light, freaking light. Okay, they're not the same. That thing right there is different bolt pattern, so it wouldn't be able to go the other way. So this has to be correct. This is a 2006. See, can you see it there? 2006 Tundra front drive shaft. I guess that's all I got. I bought it online, so I bought it on eBay. One problem with this eBay stuff is that the Zerk fitting in that thing broke off. Here, see, can I can show it now, but anyway, it broke off. It wouldn't. Yeah, right there. See, it broke off. So I'm gonna just go ahead and run it like that right now, and whenever comes that time to change it, then we'll fry that fish later. But for now, I'm gonna bolt that on real quick, and then I still don't have the front CV axle, and that will be the next thing. And my air breather hose still hanging, so I'm waiting for that thing to get dry up. The see, where is it at? Right there, that nipple that I broke off. I need to put silicone around it. Or just have to sit overnight. I can't touch it right now. It's still soft. So that's the thing I can do. I haven't connected the ADD wire yet. Again, the same thing on this side. That has no CV axle there. Okay, so that will be coming up. In fact, they are sitting right over there. Let's see if you can see them. That one, those are off 2005 Toyota Sequoia. Used ones, but they are Toyota product. I don't know how long they'll last. Maybe the boot need to be redone. But for now, I'm gonna just run them as soon as I can. Okay, so I just removed the wheel. Simple enough. And I need to I moved the ABS sensor here. Okay, that hub will have to go because it doesn't have anything for the spline to go in there. You can actually see the front diff ready for it, CV axle to go in there right now. Mechanically anyway, ADD is not connected yet. So I need to somehow remove this, and I will probably, brakes looks like it needs to go anyway. Yeah, I got another 10,000 miles maybe on the brakes, but since I'm out here, might as well swap that out. And also I'm gonna add some more meat on this. That it looks too skinny. I went off-road with a group of guys a while back. One guy popped that. The ball joint came out. Yeah, he popped it big time, and it just shattered. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna add some, maybe like ½ inch all around, even on the other side too. Just make sure it holds. Hopefully it holds. But that's, well, since I'm gonna take that out, I might as well do that. So this need to come out. I need to pound this out. I need to pound the plate in the back here. Let me see if I can show it. That plate has to come out. That plate has to come out. And then there was like a big, I'll get there, I'll show it when I get there. So I need that to come out first. I don't want to remove this, come off the car. Maybe I should, I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so I pound this thing out, and it just comes out like that. And you see a hole there all the way the other side. And I use this big rod here and pound it that way out, and it just fell out, of course. But that's quite a bit of pounding to do. Of course, that wasn't big enough, and this 3-pounder here did the job there. And now I got a nice hole there. basically what I want is, I want this to stay on, and I want to, let me see if I can show it here. I want to take this thing off while it's on the wheel here, so it's a lot easier. I heard that thing is hard to take off. I do have a tool for that. So pound this out, and then while it's on the car, I guess I can hook up that tool, which I'll show in a little bit here. But let me that little nick here, I need to pound that back to normal. I'm not going to keep any of that. Not that. No, the only thing I keep probably from here would be the ABS sensor. Everything else I don't care. And the tool, I bought the tool already. Where the tool might be. There it is. Looks like that. So I want to take it off while it's on the car. I heard it was pretty difficult, but it should be easy. And once that come off, I'll take the whole thing out and go to the press there. This job would be impossible without a press that you can have access to anytime. I was gonna borrow a friend's press, but that's no way I could do that. It's way out there, and I just rather have my own press. $125. I bought it used. The guy only used it once. Barely any scratch. In fact, those scratches are all my doing. Because I was pressing these guys out. The hub here. This one off a 4Runner, and the other one is off a 2005 Sequoia. I think that's like an 02 4Runner. So I gave up on pulling that one nut back there. Just not enough space to do that, so I decided to take off everything. I'm gonna take the nut outside with my impact instead. So far I took the caliper off. Of course the brake disc came right out, and that's total chaos. Upper ball joint there, that's a tough one. It was fighting me, but cheater bar will do the job, and now I'm in the process of trying to lose that rack and pinion nut there, and one ball joint down below. That should be, this should come off after that, and then I'll work on that and push out that hub and the bearing and the seals. Put everything in new, and we'll see if the axle can fit right in there. I'm excited actually. So the spindle came out. That's a lower ball joint there. Surprisingly, the bolt for the lower ball joint is actually smaller than the stock one. Here's the stock one that I took off. I guess smaller. This is, I think it's a 17, and that's only a 15. But stud-wise, I guess they're almost the same. Anyway, I took, so the spindle is out, and I don't care about the hub. So I'm gonna just squeeze it here on my vise, and hopefully nothing jump out. We'll find out. I'm gonna use the impact on this and go from there. That's the impact. I mean, I have air, but I think it's too dark to make any noise now. So we'll go with that, and that hopefully I don't mess up the tool there. That would not be good if I do mess up the tool. I think I might have to cut it or something. I don't know. We'll find out. That was a piece of cake. Just two little try, and then it just came right out. Wow, that's good impact. I'm worried more about breaking the tool than the impact, but yeah, it's threaded here, and that one will be gone because I don't need to use that anymore, since it's only for two-wheel drive. For those who do a two-wheel drive, that's what you do to change out the bearing and whatnot. And I would need that ABS sensor there. And I'm gonna try to press out the bearing. And that bearing is still good, but once I press it out, I think it's gone. So that's the ABS sensor. That cup goes toward the inside of the car. Goes inboard here like that. Okay, the shaft, the CV shaft goes right in there like that. Okay, so that's gone. This is what my press setup is. This is the real deal here. I'm trying to catch that little lip there as much as possible. And the other side, I have to fab this bar here. But let's see if it comes out. Hopefully nothing shoot out at me there. Okay, you can feel the wood is taking all the force right now. I should have put those bars up here, but it's supposed to go. Maybe one more. Either that or one more. Ooh, that's strong. Okay, well, I'll tie it down as much as I can. One more. That thing is stubborn. Okay, thing looks good. All right. Nothing yet. Oh no, I need two hands here. Okay. Anytime, no? All right, 20 ton. One more press. What's gonna give here? Something gonna give. I just hope not that bearing. I mean, not that socket, because that's not good. All right, I need two hands to do this. Okay, I have to use this longer extension here. It's too much force, but yeah, it came loose. You can kind of see it. Right, let me see. Yeah, it came out about. I didn't show one on this one. Anyway, it came out, so I have to reset the press. In fact, it came out that this thing just fell down. Reset the press and go it again. All right, so the old setup didn't work. That bar kept flipping. It came out a little bit, barely any. You can kind of see it there. But I'm gonna go ahead and bought some. Went ahead and bought some of bar here. That's a 1-inch bar. Hopefully that be enough to push that thing. Now it's fighting me pretty good. The one I was using, you can kind of see it indented. That absorbed most of the pressure, I believe. So that didn't work too well. I could have put a piece of metal on there, but anyway, I got a bigger, heavier duty here to strap it down. Hopefully this setup would break it loose. If it does not, then we'll have to find out a different way. I'm thinking about freezing up that little hub in there and then make it hopefully shrink a little bit down in size, but we will find out in a little bit. All right, it didn't take much for it to come out this time. The bearing itself exploded, and you can see a little ball bearings or whatever that thing is. It's not a ball, I guess it's a stud bearing. It's all over the place. But at least that part is out, and I don't know how I'm gonna push out the bearing from there. That might be difficult because it's all apart now. Looks like that. So hopefully I can still push out the bearing from there. Hopefully it looks like the retainer ring gave up on a 20-ton press. So I'm gonna pull that apart and go from there, but it's all down now, so not too bad. And I only need, yeah, it looks like I can still press that out. We'll go from there and then press that bearing out. All right, that thing's exploded. It looks like a piece of metal there got cut off from somewhere. I'm hoping that it is a piece of the bearing. I don't know. I hope it's not a retainer, the spindle piece of itself. I don't know. I'm kind of scared actually. The retainer clip is all gone, so it looks like it is part of my spindle. That means I just need to get a new spindle. I do not have another spindle on this side. That is a bad, that would be a bad day, and it's already, and that sucks. It looks like a piece of the bearing, maybe. I hope it's just a bearing, not the spindle itself. I'm gonna take the seal off, take the retainer ring off, take that little plastic thingy out, and then inspect my spindle. If it is, then I need to get a new spindle. That sucks. That would put me back. Who knows? I guess the 2-wheel spindle will be okay as long as I get a hold of it. But for now, that sucks. Confirm the spindle is peeling off. Yeah, I do not have another one of it, and that sucks because I gotta do all of this thing all over here. I have to wait for the spindle. It will be a week or two. I have to go online and get it, or junkyard somewhere. A 2-wheel drive spindle will be fine. The problem is, I believe, is that this thing is so corroded that the bearing just stay fixed. You can kind of see it to that hub, and with 20 ton of pressure, it just gave up. And I don't know if there's any other way to do that, and I don't want to wait anymore, but I don't have a choice. Yeah, that's just a matter of safety now. I do not believe welding this, put it together, will do any good at all. Yeah, it's already compromised, so that sucks. So for now, it's just gonna sit in the garage without that side, at least for now. I'll try to work on the other side. I'm pretty sure, hopefully it's not the same result, but at least I got 2 spindle on the other side. All I need would be this. So I should have tackled that first, but I don't know what went wrong here. It's just too stubborn to come out. I suppose I could just maybe spray a freeze spray in there and make it a little bit, I don't know. It's messed up at this point. All right, it's about, 2 inches long, the crack. So it starts here all the way to there. But everything else is intact. That's not a crack, that's just the old bearing where it was sitting. So it's not a crack there. So in terms of safety, it's not going to matter. I'm gonna try to weld this as much as I possibly can from this side and from the inside, and I'm gonna cut the groove back and smooth it out. It's not, again, that is not a crack right there. It's the crack, it's right where the retainer ring is. It just pushes it up. In fact, I might not even weld the inside of it. Just do the welding outside here and just grind it off. Make it as smooth as I can so the seal can sit on it. And it's not a safety thing. It's just more of a look thing. But nobody gonna inspect it in there beside me. And that's that. I don't want to wait for another part for another week to get this thing going. So now if I have an opportunity to pick one up later on down the line, I'll do that, but not right now. This thing is just so difficult. Again, that is so rusted in there. It just pushed the whole thing out and it broke with the retainer ring. It's all out of shape here. It's like it's all gone. You can see it. It's right there where the weak spot is, and it just grab and go. I do have a new one, so more like I do have new pair of retainer ring. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this, sand it, and if I don't like it by then I'll get a new one. But for now, that's what I decided to do. But everything else is intact. Like I just push out the bearing. It's hard to come out. Plus, again, I got a CV axle with the shaft that goes in there. Nothing will come out of it. Holding on the back of it, it'd be fine. All right. So I welded it. This little thing that looks like a crack, it's not. It just my weld bead spill over to the old one. The crack was about halfway between there and the edge. You can't even tell the crack is there anymore. It's just as good as, in fact, it might even be stronger than the old one. And from the inside, it penetrated all the way in. You can kind of tell there is nothing you could feel inside there. Plus, it's only this much. It's not like it's gonna come off or anything like that. So I have decided to put this back on and call it a day. So a little off here when I was grinding this thing out, but again, I don't care. There's nobody gonna inspect it. I might have to grind it a little bit more here. I'm worried about the seal might not go on there because it's not quite the same. But if I grind it off a hair more, which I'll do, then it should be good. Just right there, a little bump. But the crack was here, right about, see that, right about there. Right about there. But now it's just as good as new. Plus it's only up to here, so. I'm not gonna wait for that spindle. I mean, if I pick one up later on, then I'll pick one up later on, but not now. You can tell that some of those got beaten up a little bit by the beads that came off the bearing. But everything else is smooth. I mean, if you close your eyes, I'm closing my eye right now, I can't even tell where the weld part is. A little bit here, I could kind of tell because I grind it. So that I think is stronger than this side. So there. Well, since I'm kind of took this off, I undo the clip here and I added a big thick of metal around here. Ooh, still hot. There, ooh, and there. And I put some bead around it. It's not pretty, but I've been on a trip with a guy that thing came out. And by that thing, I mean, see if I can point to it. This thing right here, it came off. All of this was shattered. The ball joint would just leave it hanging there. So I'm not gonna take my chance since I'm kind of headed out already. Might as well do that. Not the prettiest weld I could have done, but it's getting dark. Guess I could do one more bead here. I'm gonna paint this thing real quick, and that's what I did to the crack, and you cannot even tell it's there. So plus it's on the bottom, and it will hold, guarantee you. Probably stronger than a Toyota product anyway. So I'm putting a new bearing in right now. That's my setup. I think this is a 4x4 metal. It's just a bearing, plenty of grease. I might max out my jack very soon. I might have to raise this up. But it's going in smoothly. So far I'm taking my time to make sure everything is straight. Right now it's okay to press it like that. When you get a little bit further down, I have to switch to an old bearing race, which I took off a couple of days ago. And I'll go right in there. But now I'm gonna just try to see if I can get it as close as possible. Okay, again, the black part of the bearing goes inside. That's not the black part. That's just whatever. The black is on the other side, on the bottom. It's go inside, I guess, in the inboard. Okay, that's what the wheel is gonna be up there. So at this moment, I switch over to an old bearing race, exact same bearing I just took off. from the other guys. So I press it until it went in a little bit. It should be about here now, inside there where the groove is, where the retainer ring will go on there. Put the retainer ring, after that seal, and then the dust cover there, and then the hub, and that should be it. This thing is dry right now, so I feel a lot better going pounding on in the middle of the desert here. So I took this off the press, and see the groove. In fact, that's what the weld part was. I'm gonna go ahead and put the retainer ring on here. It's an aftermarket one, but at least it's straight. I was gonna actually use the old one, but that's already all wobble. So just go ahead and walk this in, and it should be good. Okay, and then seal, and then dust cover, and then hub, and then the bag on the other end. But those are the last two little things. So I just use little guy here, just much easier. Squeeze it, grab it, drop it in there, and it'll walk right in. In fact, it's moving just fine. Look at that. So it ain't gonna come out. Okay. So now goes the seal, dust pan, dust cover, okay, and then hub. All right, that's the part number for the seal that goes out here, where the hub is gonna go on. Let's see if it fits. Okay, so to press the hub in, come from the other side, on the bottom side here. I have to support this inner race with something bigger than that shaft there. Okay, otherwise you're gonna press it onto that little stud, little balls that came out the other earlier, which all over the place. Okay, you gotta make sure it's big enough. See, big enough there. See it? Support that, and just loop it up pretty good and let it go. It should sit all the way in here. I should clean this one first. Looks pretty dirty, but you know what? I think that'd be all right. See, finally it has a spline now, and I better check to make sure the spline fit onto my axle. I did check earlier. I'm gonna double check right now. All the way in, it went in, the hub went all the way in. That shield there. Next will be this ABS sensor. It goes like that, and then this guy, one square, one roundish, go on top, and I have to press this in. Right now it's ready to receive that, and then it's ready for installation back to the car. Okay, everything's in. That's the part number for the seal that goes in the back here, and where the CV shaft will go into. That's it. Yeah, and then ready to put everything back on that side. Got that part done. Takes longer than I thought. That back seal went in. A perfect driver for that seal would be the old wheel bearing race. Fits just like the way it should be. That's it. I'm gonna put the shaft in and then mount that. All right, that's it. It's the first time this car ever have a front CV axle. That made me wonder, that gap supposed to be there? I don't have a clue. There's a seal in there. I knew that because it's just replace it. Is that an outer seal? I have no clue. But I'm gonna try to mount it and see if it leaks oil or whatnot. It shouldn't be. There's a seal in there. That's a front differential. Right there. That right there. It's ARB locker. It's not connected yet. Neither the ADD. Nothing connected yet, so it's gonna run as a two-wheel drive as soon as I'm done installing that. And the other side, got nothing yet, but that has to be done later, not right now. No CBX on that side, not yet. This one got in, I just have to mount that. That's a piece of cake. By the way, that castle, it's supposed to go the other way. I mounted there just because I don't want to lose it, and I need a cotter pin to go in there. That one goes the other way, okay? All right, let's see how it goes. Exciting. Finally, everything's kind of in. Everything is not tight yet, so there you go. Not tight yet. I need a cotter pin here. But anyway, I am looking at the shock there. That's 2.5 inch Bilstein 6112. It's one of the best shocks under $1,000, I want to say. When I paid for this, it was like $800, both sides, meaning front and left, front and right, front right, front left. So it's like $400 a shock. It came with the spring. I set it at the highest setting here. It's literally, I mean, you got to go double the price on that if you want something better, like King shocks or Fox or Icon or whatever. But it's really is, to me, it's one of the best shocks that under $1,000 I can get. I can pound through the desert at, oh, you name it, 40, 50 miles per hour. No worry there at all. It'll keep up with those guys with King shocks and whatnot just fine. I blew the 5100 twice already on the front set. It leaks quite a bit on the bottom there on the front set, but not this one, but the 5100. So in case anybody looking for a decent amount of shocks for under $1,000, I think. Again, it comes with a spring. All right. Total Chaos upper control arm, just so that my wheels don't sit funny. And that's another $1,000 there easily. So, but between those two, I'm pretty comfortable riding through the desert, running through the desert. So now with the three-wheel drive right now, with the four-wheel drive setup like this, I shouldn't be stuck much anymore in the sand or sand dunes. Everything is tight. Changed the new pads here just because these are kind of lowish, and everything torque to spec. That one was 166 foot-pound of torque. My torque range is only 150, so I a little extra. Hopefully that be enough. Castle nut went on. Cotter pin is very, very, very important there. That should be it. Everything else is back to normal now. And I'm gonna just put the cap on this, mount the wheel, torque it. This side is done, at least for now. Everything's back on. So I'm done with the passenger side. Moving on to this side here, I'm not gonna show much of anything, although I will try a different approach to take out the bearing. I'll show that when I get there, but none of this stuff need to be shown, unless I find something that's more interesting. Everything's the same, except I'm gonna take, like I said, different method of pulling out the bearing because I do not need to save the stupid hub. So I decided to cut 2 grooves, one on the top there, you can kind of clearly see it, and one on the bottom, as much as I possibly can. And I believe I went to the bearing. At least it feels like there's a bearing there. So I might have got into a grease in the bearing. It feels wet, both sides, to release the pressure. Now I'm gonna press this sucker out. That's my new strategy, because I don't care about saving that hub. That hub is trash, because I need the hub with the spline, so that's gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the press and see if it comes right out. If it is, I'd be super happy. I do not want to destroy or fix another crack hub like earlier. Let me see if you can see from this side. Yep, there's a clear groove there and one on top there. There you go, very clear. And I cut it out as much as I can. It didn't take much. I thought it would be tough, but with this saw right here, this reciprocal saw, 2 blades though, I think I destroyed both of them. Yeah. Okay, so after that, I cut 2 grooves, set it up properly the way it's supposed to be, and man, it's like day and night. This thing didn't even fight. Like she wants it, you know, like, look at that. Look at that, soft and simple. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, now it's getting tough. Well, I got that much out of it. From there, I can, if I need to, I can try to cut things. But look at that. Before, to get to that much, it was fighting like crazy. Now, it's just like nothing. That is crazy. Okay, so from now, if I have to, I can cut all this bolt and all that, cut it all the way to that, and just cut that sucker out. And then remove the retainer ring from there and just push the whole thing out. From there, this is nothing now. Of course, I cannot cut anything tonight because it's getting late, but it wouldn't even fight at all. I got a little bit more room there to press it down. I'll try my best, but I think it's, yeah, a little bit to reset it because it's getting tight in there and tight in there. But other than that, it didn't fight at all. That's pretty good. So there you go. That's a big hint there. 2 grooves, just cut it with reciprocal saw. 2 blades I use, metal blades. They're all destroyed now. But that's it. It's just relaxed. Cut it all the way to the race of the bearing and it'll just come right out. All right, look what I cut here. You can see the other side. This is crazy how smooth and easy it came out. I didn't even apply half of the pressure. I want to say anything. No, that's a 20-ton press, maybe 10-ton at most, and it broke loose because of that cut. And the other side too, you can see the cut there, a little bit there, a little bit there, so make everything weaker. So the key is to cut it out again, because I don't care about this hub or that bearing. Now, if you look into the bearing, if I can see it, I cut a little bit into the bearing. You can kind of see it right there, the race. And the race of the bearing is, you can actually see it on the side there. You can see the scar on that race right in the bottom of that screen, right there. Now, the race is way harder. As soon as I hit the race, I could feel it. My blade is not biting, just eating up my blade. So I destroyed 2 blades for that. So at least now, if you want, to work on the bearing and you don't mind destroying the hub, there you go. Either that or you destroy the spindle like I did. So this one is in good condition. So from here on, it just like the other step, just put it right back on. I'm not going to show any more video from here on, unless I find something else that's kind of important. I don't think it is. It's the same old thing on the other side. Okay, so this is the driver's side. I'm not going to say much. It's just that I couldn't believe how easy it is to do this thing after having gone through the passenger side. The experiences that gained from doing the passenger side is just unbelievable. It's super quick. Maybe a fourth of the time spent on doing this. Put everything back together in literally no time, no hiccup, no nothing. I guess experiences count a lot in this case. Finally, everything is connected. Well, mechanically anyway. Like, there is a driver's side CV axle. Everything ran fine. I took it for a little test drive yesterday night for about a good 4 miles maybe. No noise, no squeak, no nothing. Everything looks good, sounds good. Now it's still a two-wheel drive because the ADD is not connected or not hooked up yet. So if I shift into four high, it's still that's 2 high, 4 high. The shaft will spin, but only the one of the bearings inside the front diff is spinning because the two are not connected. The driver's side and the passenger side are not connected. But I am trying to connect ADD switch that I bypass. So if you're interested in see how it works, go to my other video, not this one, but the one about the ADD. I don't have that many videos. That shows you how to connect, how this thing works with the Toyota ADD, or at least the electronic actuator one. I have decided to put the switch right here, right in that tray there. I'm going to drill a hole here. That switch will go into there somewhere like that, and then I drill a hole. It's about 1 inch to run my wires through, and I found this grommet here. The reason why it's 1 inch because this grommet is 1 inch. This is a light grommet, just sitting in my in my toolbox for a while. So I found it somehow, and I'm going to use it. I just need 6 wires that go through here, and then I'll come up. The wires will come up to here to connect to the switch. And of course, this clip is what you call that? The bracket here, the harness here. It goes onto the actual ADD actuator down by the front diff, and the wires would need to be extended and run up to there. I'm going to use that for ground. It's been okay so far in terms of ground because it ran my subwoofer just fine, and I'm going to use my amp is in here, my sub, so it has a big ginormous power there. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it off there to run my automatic disconnect differential. So we'll see how and what it comes out to be at the end. Hopefully it works. And one of these switches is my ham radio. That's the one. That one will be relocated to here because that one is no longer good now. It's just a dumb switch. It used to be a back display on my headrest here, but the kids are too old to watch any of that now. They have their own phones. So that will be for my ham radio. That will be the front locker. Or I might switch this guy to that position for air compressor. Front locker will be here, rear locker will be here, and this guy is for my my bigger compressor for pumping up the tires. And I mean big enough to do 4 tires within 5 minutes, 6 minutes maybe. Okay, so that's already not going to get moved. So this guy might get I guess permutated around a little bit. I think this one will go here, front locker will go here, rear locker will go here. So that's that, and I'm excited to see the end product. Hopefully it's running just fine. Okay, so it's officially done. I connected my ADD switch here. That's an indicator light that it's engaged. All 6 wires were extended from the ADD actuator plug down below. I'll show that in a second. I drilled about 1 inch hole there, put a rubber grommet through there, below that carpet there, and I'll do a quick show here. It's not finalized in the sense that it's need to be cleaned up, all the wirings and stuff here like that one. But if I click this on, you can actually hear the actuator went on there, and the indicator light is on. And right now I'm on 4 high. That's 4 high. No, that's 2 high. That's 4 high. And if I'm on 4 high, since the one wheel is off the ground, it's not spinning right now. See it? It's not spinning. That one is not spinning because that one is on the ground. Now, if I picked that one up, it would have spun the other way. Because the sleeve, the ADD sleeve now just went right into that spline. Now, if I go back and do the disengage by click it down on the bottom. You can tell, tell the light is gone now. Now you can hear the noise too. The ADD just move the sleeve to the passenger side. So now this should be disconnected. I can spin the tire now without spinning anything else. Because remember, the front and the rear axle now are locked in the at the center. And I guess you can call it center diff or transfer case more so. But now it's spinning. Okay. So it can be with that independent switch. It can act like a 2 high, a 2 low, or a 4 high and a 4 low. And of course, with the locking front end diff, it's going to be all 4 crawling. So a true locking, but I have not done the air hose yet for the ARB locker. So that needs to be done later. I'm not gonna do it right now, but it's pretty cool. You can actually hear it one more time. There you go. That just went to lock again. It's engaged again here. I don't like that light too much. It's too bright. I gotta find a way to dim it a little bit. Maybe I put some resistor or something down there because it's so damn bright at night, even during daytime. But it's pretty simple to connect. There you go. It goes like that again. The connection here, you have to watch my other video to see how it goes. And of course, you know, it's your preference where you want to put that switch. If you want to imitate this, that's fine. I happen to like it there. Of course, I lose a cell phone holder, but it looks a lot cleaner. I don't have any other room to put it anywhere else. First, I thought about putting it. That's my jack to make it sound. I was gonna put it there, but again, it's probably in the way too. So there, it's a little cleaner. But anyway, so the extension wires, the 6 wires that ran up from the ADD, it goes right here. I'll show it to you. I'm gonna close the door and go underneath the car here real quick. And I will need my light. Sorry about the shaking of the camera. But let's see. That's the wire right there in this loom right here. See, it goes right into that ADD there. See it? And it goes all the way there. Goes up to the transmission. And then right there, right here, down one. And that's you can actually see the black grommet up on top there. Okay? There you go. It went right through. So it's a really easy connection. First I thought about going through the firewall up there, but man, that would be a lot of work to rip down the dash and whatnot. This is so much more simple, and that should be it. There's nothing else in terms of that. And so now it's officially a 4x4, not a true 4x4 yet, because again, the front differential ARB air locker is not connected yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and go for a little drive here in a second and test that out. So there you have it. Alright, I'm doing a little test run here. The engine is running. There you go. Right now it's in 2 high, and the front wheels are disengaged. The key to this is to engage it while you're slowly moving forward. Because earlier when I was making a turn, it gave a good click because there's no synchro in that sleeve that goes into the spline. So let's see if it's matched perfectly on, and it doesn't need any movement. But if it doesn't, see right now it doesn't go in. But if I move a little bit, it goes in. See it? It has to be moved a little bit, and then it goes in. Now the front wheels are tied together by the open diff in the front at the moment, and that's I'm in 2 high right now. I'm gonna go to 4 high. There you go. So I am officially on 4 high right now. Going to make a turn here real quick, and it might bind a little bit, or might not, because it's open diff. I don't think it matters between the side to side, but the rear and the front might have issues because one might turn more than the other. So I'm going slow here. I don't feel anything. It's just as normal as you can get. And now I'm back straight here. So I'm going back to straight here. So it looks like it's just as good as it can be. I mean, I don't get no fancy light, no all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive fancy light, but man, it's as good as you can get. So with that independent ADD switch, I can now do too high and too low as well. I mean, really all I have to do is switch this, switch back here. Now I'm in 4 high. If I do this, that's still off. I mean, that just meaning the switch is not working. If I switch one back, it's gone now. So the sleeve is back to its old slot. I mean, I guess too high. I mean, it's 4 high supposed to be, but because the front wheels are not connected, so it just, you know, the bearing just spinning by itself at the moment. It doesn't tie to anything. Of course, I can go to, I'm in neutral right now, so I'm gonna go to neutral here and then go to low. Oh, right, there you go. Now I'm in literally too low. So as low as you can get here. It's actually really stupid slow. And if I want to go for low, I can just click that button while I slowly crawling up. There you go, it went right in. It just happened to be in. So I am in this for low right now and looking for a rock to crawl. I don't see no rock here. I guess the neighbors, no bad idea. So I'm gonna make a turn here around my neighborhood. You can clearly hear the planetary gears going right now, but I'm on super pave here, grippy. I don't want to bind anything up and break anything right now, so I'm going kind of slow. So there, it's officially done. The only thing that's not done right now is the A or B, the air locker there. I just ran the air line going into the locker, but I haven't connected the solenoid, I haven't connected the switch. In fact, you can kind of see the switch is off there. That will be the front. If I don't want to reposition the switch, I kind of like it like that right now, maybe. So we'll see, but it's officially all done here. So took quite a while because most of that just waiting for parts. And you know, I'm very particular when I'm installing things. I want to make sure everything done right. So it looks good, sounds good, ran good. Of course, I don't want to run it like that right now, so I'm gonna go back to there you go. When the light is off, it's off. By the way, I can go back to center here. It wouldn't matter right now as long as the light is not on. The front is not engaging. Of course, I can always go back and re-engage it. So that's kind of pretty cool trick. Although I wish the damn light is not too bright. I think it might be distractive at night. Although I don't know if it's any brighter than that, but yeah, it is bright. So I can go like that. So right now the AD just staying there engaged without power being supplied to the motor at all. The ground is making this light turn on because I connect a permanent positive to that light and ground from that pin number 3 there. So check my other video out if you want to really see how that thing works, but it works. I'm gonna go back to 4 high again here. So I'm on 4 low right now, neutral 4 high, and I'm actually gonna drive like that for now. Let's see how it goes. I drove around a little bit here earlier. In fact, I want to actually feel it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a little higher speed on the street, not in the neighborhood, but outside the neighborhood. Maybe I'll go up to 40 or 50, and then see how it feels. It feels great. No vibration or nothing. But again, I'm going at 15 miles an hour now. There's kids out there. I don't want to going too fast. I'm gonna actually crawl right now. They're riding the bikes and stuff. Alright, I'm still in the neighborhood. I'm gonna go out real quick and see how it goes. And of course, I don't want to be recording anything out there, so I'll report back later. All right, I just did a quick run here down to the park, about 4 miles from my house. On 2 high, 4 high, disengaged ADD and engaged ADD. Nothing, no vibration, no noise, no nothing. The only difference now, the only thing that I need to add on now is that front locking differential airline. Well, it's already added. I just need to connect the solenoid and make the switch run. Everything will be as good as it can be. Right now, it's a lockable rear 4-wheel drive Toyota Sequoia, officially done. Not quite. I forgot something, but I'll show you what that is. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that switch on. Hopefully it locks, and then we'll go from there. Other than that, I'm super duper happy. I mean, this is as good as it can be. It's a lot more work than I thought, but I'll do it again for sure. It'll be nice to have a couple buddies, but like I said, my buddy, they're all sick and busy, so it's all right. I don't mind doing myself on my own by myself. Learn a lot along the way. Especially that ADD thing. I wish there is a better slot than that, but I don't want to cut into here. I suppose I can put that, but it's out of place. So I can still put my cell phone there. But other than that, I'm happy. I just have to put the shifter knob on here and drive it back home. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and do a little crawl at the park a little bit. It's just on the parking lot, just to test it out a little bit and see what happens. I'm not crawling on anything right now. I should be able to hit some off-road trails next week. And there's rain projected to be here a whole week this coming week, so it'll be fun to do a little bit more of a 4-wheel high in the rain, All right, other than that, have a good one. All right, so finally, everything is done. That's a ARB air line, air nipples. It's on the front, and everything's connected, including the electrical. Took me a while because I need to rewire things, but there it is. Everything back to normal. I had to clean up my tool, but there's a compressor on the left there. Rear locker, second one up, probably the more important one, and then the front locker, the other more important one, and the other one next to it is just my compressed air to pump up tires. And I'm gonna show you the rear. Those are the 2 solenoids. In fact, this one is a newer one. See the light here? That's a newer one, and that's an older one. It's pretty wet. The line ran all the way back there. So everything's connected, all good to go. I just have to maybe tie this thing down, something like this maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, and one last thing I forgot. I'll come right back. Actually, that's very important, the one last thing. All right, the one last thing I forgot. It's right here. All right, it's official now. So, yeah. All right, guys, good luck with your project, but it is good now. Okay, since I have the 2 wheels off the ground, I'm gonna explain, or at least try to explain, how ADD engage, disengage, and how the open diff and with lock diff. This is a lockable front diff here with a push of a button. So right now, the transfer case is in neutral. I can put into to 4 high or 4 low, 2 high if I want to, but right now it's in neutral. If I'm spinning this passenger side here, forward or backward, doesn't matter. Nothing is spinning on that side. You can kind of see it. See it? It's not connected. Basically, it's disconnected right there where the sleeve is. See if I can show that one here. It's disconnected right here at the moment. Okay. Again, if I spin the driver's side, which I am, nothing is spinning. Not even the drive shaft back there. See, it's not. It's basically this guy is connected to the spider gear, but that spider gear is disconnected there by the sleeve. So if I spin this thing, if you open it up, you see the bearing in there spin the other way, the opposite directions of this one. Okay, so I'm going forward, the spider gear spinning backward basically, and that's all it does. The ring gear, pinion gear, not moving, only the bearing in there spinning. That's all. That's all, and it'll do that, act like a two-wheel drive. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the ADD without anything running. I'm gonna go ahead and engage it real quick. And it's right here. It's this button for me. Click it to, right now it's on disengage down here, engage is up there. Okay, now it's not in yet because the light's not on. I have to move the tire a little bit. And now I could hear it. Okay, so the light is on. So the pin number 3 got a signal. So showing that it's engaged. Now if I'm spinning this thing, you can clearly see, because right now the actuator that has that little finger or 2 fingers pull this thing inside there. Now if I spin this one, let's see if I can see both. If I spin this forward, you can clearly see that thing goes backward. Okay, that thing goes backward. See it? Okay, basically now if I do the other side, it'll do the same. If I spin this forward, see that guy's going backward. I see, can you see the wheel there? So spin this thing forward, that guy's go backward. Basically pretend like if the ADD is disengaged, pretend like that wheel is the bearing inside there. Not the bearing, but that little sleeve that I pull out from the old differential. Okay, all right, right there. Axle is not moving. Okay, now let's engage. Now, having said that, if one wheel is off the ground, if that wheel is off the, if that wheel is on the ground, or it spins differently. Let's say you make a right turn, that one spins slower than this one. The passenger side spins faster. There's differentiations is working in the spider gear. Although they're still connected, they're still fine. That the spider gear will spin this tire a little faster than that tire because you're making a right turn. Similarly, make a left turn, that tire spins faster than this tire. While you're engaging the ADD, this thing is doing the differentiation basically. The spider gear is in there. Now, if I lock, which I will be in a second, if I lock the differential, you'll see what's happening here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the locker on right now. It's just the front one, I'm not gonna do the back one. You can hear the noise of the pump there. Okay, now it should be locked. If not, I have to turn a little bit to make it lock. But this should lock up, or it should lock up, and the tire should lock up. Let's see it here. Okay, if I spin this, okay, now it's locked, okay? It's locking, and I don't know, am I in neutral? I might not be able to move because I'm in neutral. Am I in neutral? Let's see here. Now it's locked up, I won't even be able to spin it. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm in neutral, I think. Yeah, I'm in neutral. I should be able to move. Maybe I wasn't moving hard enough here. There you go. Oh, it's bound. It's neutral. It should be spinning. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna put the phone down real quick. Okay, I got it to move now. So I need to put the whole transmission into neutral. So now look, I'm gonna turn this thing forward. See it? It's going forward here. I only got one hand to turn this thing. and they both are moving. They both are moving together here, same speed. So it cannot there's no differentiation inside there. It's okay, if you see the drive shaft down there, see it's also, let me see, can you see it? It's also moving. You see it? It's moving right now. You see right there, you can see the Tundra thing. There you go. Okay. So I couldn't move because I was not in neutral earlier. The transmission itself had to be in neutral. It's locked right now. Okay. Now, if I disengage the ADD, so this is actually a 3-wheel drive. If I pull the ADD switch back, it might not be disengaged immediately. Oh, it does. Okay, I can hear the noise there. Okay, the light is off. And now this thing's spinning freely. So it disconnected right there again. This one is spinning freely, but this one is not. This one's still attached to the transmission. You can actually see it. I'm spinning it by hand. It's a lot easier now with just that. So that's moving while the transmission is moving. See it right there? See, I move back and forth here. So it effectively, this is a 3-wheel drive. You can still turn this way. So that traction is still there. That one anyway, the passenger, the driver's side. Okay. All right, now I have to disconnect. If I disconnect, if I unlock the diff, then it's back to where we started. I wish I was a cameraman here, but I don't have one. I am the cameraman, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect. There you go. You can hear the air came out of it, and now everything works. And this one, just as smooth as before. See, I don't have to try hard to move this thing because there's no gear, no nothing to fight it. So that's how it goes. It's now the back has no ADD. The back is just all connected to this to spider gear, both left and right. So the back, just pretend like the ADD is deleted, meaning connected, engage all the time. There's no sleeve there to move on the back. So that's the back. It just works differently in the front. In that sense, it doesn't move. Completely independent. The only differentiation happen in the back when you have an open diff is the spider gear itself. When you make a right and left turn, they still spin different speed, but they can, the 2 wheels can spin at different speed due to the spider gear inside the rear diff. The front, pretty cool. This is a good design. I like it as long as it works, you know. So anyway, good luck with that. Okay, this is for me. That is a tiny bit sticking out. See from the bottom there? Tiny bit sticking out. So I need it to be that size when I am putting it back in there. There you go. A tiny fraction bit. It's not flush. It's sitting out just a tiny, like less than a millimeter, maybe half a mil. Just a tiny bit. I'm gonna mark it. Go from there. We're trying to mark that mark right now. Okay, so on number 30, number 30 took this nut out after I backed out that safety punch there. Where is it at? Anyway, it's right there. Pull these out. Now, one thing, the reason I want to show you this is because I want to show you how dirty it is, how clean it is. See this little guy right here? I accidentally pulled that out. Let me clean my hand real quick. I'm dirty right now. I don't want to introduce any contaminant into the sleeve there. After that stuck there. So when I pulled this out, it came right out. It came out that much. And then there was one ball of bearing, one ball came out of there. And I was like, where the hell is it coming from? Well, if you look closely, let's see if I can move my shaft to the other side and move my light and show it to you. There's a little cutout right there kind of see it right there. And I am assuming that, okay, there you go, I can see it now better. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, that's where the ball bearing is supposed to sit, I believe. Because it just came right out as soon as I pulled that. Now, that thing is the pitch where the speed sensor gear is going to smash with that thing. And you know, I'm running a 32 tooth gear right now with 11 pitch. I believe that's the pitch. So there's a couple options that you can change these out to run bigger gears, smaller gears. You know, there's another different pitch that can fit in there. So, but I'm not changing anything. I'm just wanted to put, oh, there you go. It came out like that. Oh, I didn't think it would come out. So that would come out. Oh, that's a sleeve there. We don't want to mess that up. I should not mess this up. But anyway, it came out like that. And that hole right there is where the bearing is supposed to sit. I hope I don't mess things up. Well, if I do, there you go. So you can change that out. You can buy it from Toyota to get a different pitch, get a different combinations and whatnot to fit your speed sensor gear in there. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and we'll get a couple of those out and show to you what I'm talking about. Give me a second here. So these are the gears for the speed sensor. That's it. See how tiny that is? That is 11. It has a number 11 written on the bottom right, on the top right there, number 11. See it? Now this one has a different number written on there. It is number 35 and 29. I believe 29 is a number of teeth here. This is the perfect match for me. That's 32. See, that's 11 there. That's 32. 32 for sure is the number of teeth because I just counted that. And I believe 11 is the pitch that fits in that little, whatever that teeth up there, the shaft up there. I'll bring this over and this will not fit. I'll bring all of them over. Okay, so right back below the car. Okay, see, this one sit like that. I think it's on the bottom. I don't want to drop this. There you go. It doesn't fit because this. Oh shoot! I didn't show it on the camera. All right, let me start over. So that's a 35. It doesn't fit. It's the tooth is too big for its own good. It sits kind of like right about there-ish. It would not fit. It's too big. I hope this doesn't fall off. There you go. Sits kind of like, I think this is up like this. Sits like this. It would not fit. It's way too big compared to that little guy. So what the term is, the pitch, I guess, doesn't fit right now. This is the one that I was running for a while. This is 11. This is the one that fit perfectly. Look at how much that is just sitting like that, smashing. And now, of course, I need to cut it, make it shorter because this is too big. It wouldn't drop this thing down. So I need to cut this short. I have to cut and modify the shaft. In fact, this is the one that fits. See, it looks like this. And I ran this for about, I don't know. This one just got installed not long ago, so I want to say 100 mile-ish. So it sits like that, kind of like that. I know it didn't go all the way in just because it's too big. The 27 will fit. So there you go. That's the one right there, and it goes like that. It barely catch, I suppose, but it doesn't catch too much. Like right, I want to say about there. Okay, and it fits right in. It's like a glove that fits on your hands. Not the OJ gloves one, but I mean that's a different story. All right, so this is a 20. No, that's a 30. This is a 30 tooth gear. It actually fits pretty nice in there. Okay, it's a stock one. It fits perfect. But the problem is this thing is spinning way it doesn't match the speed of the actual speed. It's showing the arm or the speedometer reads way faster than the actual speed. So I need to slow it down by getting a little bit bigger teeth, or more number of teeth here. So that's a 32. It fits. 33 it's the other way around. I had a 33. I ran 33 for a while. The actual speed is actually faster than what the speedometer is showing, so I need to reduce that. So I went to a 32, and it's a perfect speed. It's never been more correct than this. So that's how it goes. That's all I want to show, and I'm going to clean these up in the silicone here and put a new silicone in and put everything back in there. Good thing I didn't take this out, because I don't know. I don't have a schematic thing to look at it. So there you have it. And that will complete the project. At least, hopefully, the oil doesn't leak anymore after this. I'm gonna let it sit overnight before I pour anything into it. This is what happened. I believe this oil came out of there, and that's where the ball was there to get the oil into there to lube it up, and then it leaks out this way. Right now, it doesn't leak. I see some oil in, a lot of oil in there. It's up to here, but because it's not spinning, it's not leaking anything out. All right.